I just completed my first host experience on Rover. We had a dog board with us here at the house for 3 days, 2 nights. I wanted to give you guys a couple notes from my perspective as somebody who had never done this before and has now done it once. Some things that I didn't realize about the Rover app before I got into this. Do you like your new friend, Coda? Good boy, Coda. Good boy, Coda. Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you. I got left with a good review, a 5-star review. Our client left some nice words about us. But I don't think what you guys need from me are tips on how to take care of a dog or how to speak to a client. I think you guys understand that. The video I'm making today is the video I wish I had watched 2 weeks ago from the host perspective, because I thought there were some things that were left unclear on the app and are relatively important. So as I stated, we had Coda for 3 days and 2 nights, and one of these nights, the first night actually, was the night of December 31st going into January 1st. Obviously a holiday, obviously New Year's Eve, and fireworks were gonna be going on. This is something that can get some dogs upset, especially if they're in a new place where they haven't experienced this before. You know, there aren't fireworks happening right next to us. Certainly we don't do that. We have 2 dogs of our own, so we don't shoot off fireworks, none of that. We're not introducing that to the dog on purpose, but you can hear fireworks from our neighborhood that are going around in the city. And I'm also not saying we had a huge problem with it in this experience. Coda was fine. He did some barking, but you know, nothing irrational, nothing that a dog shouldn't do if they're a little bit disturbed or confused. So consider that if you're thinking about being a host for the first time, you haven't tried it before, you don't really know what you're doing. Do you want it to be on a December 31st, January 1st, or a July 3rd, July 4th as your first experience? Yes, this is going to be kind of opportunities that you have to board. You know, obviously if there's going to be a time when you have opportunity, it's going to be these holidays. I would just say consider it. Have it on the mind, especially if it's going to be your first Rover experience. Maybe get 2 or 3 boards under the belt before you have a situation where you know there's going to be fireworks happening. After the fireworks were done though, the first 2 days of the new year were chill. We knew we were going to be at home for the majority of this time anyway. It was like, yeah, let's have this opportunity to make some money on Rover. We were just gonna be chilling watching football all weekend, so why not have Coda join us? Look at Coda. He's so cute. He's just taking his Sunday nap as we watch some NFL football. He's been so sweet. He's been so sweet. Finally, we had to say goodbye to Coda, and I don't know, I guess it felt anticlimactic. I didn't really know what to expect here either. It's just the owner shows back up and just takes the dog and goes. It's nothing weird, it's nothing super involved. You know, it just happens. And after the fact, Rover provides the client the opportunity on the app to tip additionally. So we got a 10% tip on top of what we expected to make for the stay. And here's the point I really wanted to make, because I'm sure it had it somewhere in the fine print. I just missed it or didn't understand, or I don't know. I'm not saying Rover is doing this maliciously. I didn't fully understand what I was agreeing to as far as the pay goes. Because what we were looking at for the stay was $82.50. Ultimately, the customer tips that 10% after the fact, so I'm thinking, okay, we're looking at basically right over 90 bucks. I go to see, you know, when's the payment gonna come, try and confirm exactly what the payment's gonna be, and it's at like $74 and change. Well, what I didn't realize is that initial total that you see for the stay before the tip, Rover's gonna take a 20% cut out of that. So that's why we earned what we did. It was $66 that we actually earned plus the 10% tip on the original total, which made $74.25. I guess I figured Rover was taking their cut before the amount that I was gonna see for the stay. I think they should change their system. You know, why not just already account for the 20% cut that Rover wants to keep and then offer the host $66 for the stay instead of $82.50, and then having them have to have this experience where they feel like they got less than what they thought they were going to get. So just keep that in mind. Mentally look at the number that Rover's offering you for the stay and subtract 20% from it to see what you're really being offered. I'm someone who does gig work for their entire living, so I use a lot of these apps. I do a lot of gig work, and I see the other gig apps taking their cut before the offer that I'm being given, you know? So it just caught me off guard a little. I'll still do Rover again in the future. We had a good experience. Boarding, I do think, is the way to go. I don't want to race all over town to go to people's houses and take care of their dog at their house all the time, because the hourly pay compared to other gig opportunities is not very good, and it doesn't consider travel time. So definitely, if you're comfortable having other people's pets in your home, boarding's the best way to earn, in my opinion, on the Rover app as a host. Sorry, as I was editing, I realized I missed one more of the points that I wanted to make in the video that I didn't realize before I had downloaded the Rover app and started applying. They run a background check on you, as they should if you're going to be taking care of other people's pets, but you're responsible for the cost of that background check. It's $35. I didn't know about that until I'd already inputted a bunch of information, and I was kind of excited and committed to doing it. So just make sure if you want to do this that you really want to, so that it's worth recouping the investment that you have to make in your own account. Make sure to subscribe to the channel if you're interested in how my second and third experiences on Rover goes. I definitely will keep you guys updated on it. I appreciate you all for watching through to the end. To all of my regular viewers, of course, I will see you next time on Welty.
Do you ever feel like a plastic bag?
No, I've never felt that. You should probably see a therapist.